Hello and welcome back to Freelancer, where we have some plan, which is not really a plan, but let's get into space and try to fly into the Nomad home system by activating their ancient hypergate system. Oh, we'll see how well that goes.
Now that we're all here, let's move out. The coordinates to the Nomad jump gate have been uploaded into everyone's neural nets.
All right, people, here we go.
The Osiris is too large for the Nomad gate and won't be able to assist us.
Alright.
According to our scans, the Nomad gate is close, just outside the nebula. Expect heavy resistance once we clear it. That's our strategy. The Osiris will create a diversion on the other side of the system. Hopefully the Nomads will fall for it. Our strategy is to head directly into the Nomad gate. We believe the alien homeworld lies directly on the other side. Our best chance is a frontal assault with everything we have.
I see the gate. There it is.
Look at that thing. I'm not picking up any ships.
Keep your eyes open. The Nomads are bound to know we're coming.
There! A Nomad battleship!
All fighters,
All right, engage.
Engage the Nomads.
Actually, I'm trying to not engage you too hard because we have very astounding numerical superiority, so I really don't want to use any sort of resources on that ship. Because basically by just not doing anything we'll probably win. Because we have really a lot of support right now.
Trent, take point through the gate. Everybody else, follow.
Don't you want to go in first? I guess I have the artifact, so...
Dark.
Let's see what we find on the other side, shall we? What the frick? Where the hell did we go?
What the heck is that?
Dyson sphere?
Looks like a giant barrier of some sort. We must find a way to break through it.
How do we do that?
I'm reading several strong energy signatures on the surface. Those could be our targets. All ships head for the barrier.
Alright. Got torpedoes activated. Our target, while our escorts are running interference, our targets are the four glowing things in that ditch around there, for lack of a better word. We'll go in there and take these out so that we can open the gates down
I found
there.
an entrance through the barrier, but it looks heavily shielded. Looks like several power generators are supplying the shield with enough power that I can't penetrate it.
Understood. Trent, you and your wing have to take out the power generators.
Yeah.
All other units continue to engage
Sort
the
of
Nomad
there.
fighters.
I'm getting fired upon a lot.
The first generator is gone. Good job, Alpha.
There are lots of turrets here.
Shield failed. Shield restored. Shield failed.
What, again?
Shield restored.
Hold together shield.
2 down.
Shield failed.
Yeah, alright.
Shield restored.
Come on.
Trent's wing has destroyed the 3rd generator. Only one more.
I'm talking about only one more. I also have only one more shield battery, so this will be interesting.
Shield failed. Shield restored.
Yeah, thank you. Can I get a little bit less attention from the fighters, maybe? Come on.
You did it, Trent. The shield is going down.
Shield failed.
All units, proceed to the opening. Trent, you and your wing go first.
We'll follow you.
Just form up behind me.
Shield restored.
Crap.
I have one in my sights.
Yeah, it wasn't really open, thank you. Asshole. Whoa.
Wow, look at this place.
It looks like the Nomads built a complete shell around this sun.
It's called the Dyson Sphere.
Incredible. It's similar to the old theory of a Dyson sphere. It allows the Nomads to harvest all energy coming from that sun.
What do we do now? Whatever it is, it's massive. Uploading coordinates.
All units, proceed to King's coordinates. Trent, this could be your target.
More Nomad ships!
Alright.
Here they come.
Trent, Judy, take your wings and proceed to the structure ahead. King, go with them. All other units, stay here and engage the Nomads.
Alright, it's up to us.
Let's put an end to these nomads, once and for all.
I feel sort of alone here right about now. Where is everybody? And what the hell am I supposed to shoot at? Guess that big thing is shielded, so... And those things seem to have...
It's a
turrets.
city. A giant
Probably that
Nomad
thing.
city.
I'm reading a strong energy field around the structure. We have to find a way to disable it.
Let's actually shoot that thing. I have clearly no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
Good shot, Trent. Damn it. No effect yet. Take out another one.
Well, looks like King got himself an Anubis. Though he's burning a little bit. Come on.
You did it! The shield is coming down.
Alright, what do we do now?
Good work there, Trent.
Trent, good job.
Trent, I'm picking up an energy surge from your ship. 700 rels and rising.
Trent, it's the artifact. Something's gone wrong.
900 rels.
It's too dangerous. Trent, jettison that thing before it blows.
500 rels.
No, I'm already committed. We've only got one shot at this.
Trent!
The hypergate is open.
It's beautiful.
And it's driving out the Nomads. They can't take the redistribution of power.
We beat them.
No, they're gone, but they're not beaten.
The Order will watch this gate. We'll be ready for them next time. There is much to be done in the colonies to repair what has happened. You're needed at home, Trent.
Home. And where's that now?
Manhattan, Trent. You can do a lot of good there.
Home? In Manhattan. You know, it doesn't sound so bad now. Now if I could just get a good Sidewinder fang. Let's go.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since hostilities between Rhineland and the other houses came to an abrupt end, and peace has settled over the colonies. Despite many lingering questions, government officials remain tight-lipped about what has triggered this sudden change. In other news, LSF Commander Junko Zane and Freelancer Edison Trent, both former enemies of the state, have been granted full pardons and have received the Lone Star for Bravery, the highest decoration any individual in the colonies can receive. Though the details of their heroism have been sealed.
Liberty Ale, mister?
No, thanks.
I never told you. I asked the bartender about you the day we met.
You did you?
Mm-hmm. Sorry I'm late. The debriefing took longer than usual.
I guess you can't rush the president. Or amnesty.
Not to mention the generous reward. hang on one second. I'll be right back.
Aurelian. Let me tell Junie you're here.
No, Colonel Trent. Even with the colonies rebuilding, and the contaminated human population restored to normal, the threat isn't over. For now, it's better I stay less well known. I just wanted to see if you would consider a proposition.
What sort of proposition?
To be the eyes and ears of the Order here in Liberty. Think about it. Enjoy your vacation, Freelancer. I'll be in touch.
Be seeing you, Casper.
Trent, let me introduce Mr. Harrison, our newest diplomat. Mr. Harrison, Edison Trent.
Edison? What an unusual name.
Call me Trent. Pleased to meet you.
The pleasure is mine, Mr. Trent. President Jacoby speaks highly of you.
Well, here most games probably would just end, but in Freelancer, this is just the beginning. Basically, starting now, you can go and find a job, yes, and basically do whatever you like, yeah? I mean, Aurelian said we should remain in Liberty and be the eyes and the ears for the Order in Liberty, but really you can do anything you like. Since I'd like to talk some more, let's actually... Did you save, right? I hope you save, man. Let's actually write another temp. Just in case. Because I want to... I'd like to talk over the end credits. But there is no end credits, but there are credits, I think. Yes. Credits! Well, basically, Freelancer has a pretty unique history, let's call it that. Basically, it was announced in, I believe, 2000-ish, somewhere around that. Basically, after its spiritual predecessor, Starlancer, which was a pretty basic space simulation, as you would expect, coming from someone who created the Wing Commander series. So, but Freelancer was supposed to be much more than that, much more than just a regular space sim where you would do missions and then get decorations and be pretty strict in what you can do and what you can't do, which the game probably tried to do much more than it was able to do at the time, because they basically promise features like a dynamic economy and many things that never made it to the final cut of the game. Because before the game was finished, the main creator of the game, Chris Roberts, basically had a fallout with the publisher, which at this time was Microsoft Games, and they bought the game from him, and he basically quit and didn't work in the games industry for over 10 years until the whole Star Citizen stuff started in 2012, 13, somewhere around that. So, yeah. Basically, this game was responsible for his long hiatus. But casting aside for now that it didn't quite achieve what it was promised to set out to do, I think it's pretty. I think it's still a pretty decent, if not even great game. Sure, it didn't do all it wanted to do, but the features are solid, and it's one of the few good space simulations that isn't where you're not very restricted in what you can do. So I think it's a pretty great game, and made even more impressive by its very generous support of the modding community. Because original concept Chris Roberts, yes, at least he found his name in there. As I was saying, the game is very mod friendly, even before modding became a big issue for the general gaming populace. Freelancer showed that you could prolong a game's lifespan a lot by allowing people to mod it, because people did a lot of mods on that. Wherever your personal most loved science fiction mumbo jumbo was, there were probably mods in order to suit your needs. Yeah, there were mods replacing the Rhineland ships with Star Wars ships, because they have pretty straight parallels to the Empire, right? There's one big evil guy, and they have ships that shoot green lasers. Yeah, so there are certain certain parallels, and of course both are sort of inspired by Imperial Germany, which, well, Rhineland is Germany, right? So yeah, but basically you could find anything you want. If you wanted to fly around in the Millennium Falcon, then there were mods for that, so that you can do that. So basically the game did offer anything you want, basically by using mods. I also used the mod here. The mod I used here, although it changed a lot of the basic features of the game, is one of the least intrusive mods, because there are mods that were changing quite a lot of how the game looked and how all ships looked, and basically redesigning everything, which the mod here did not. I mean, there was some additions, and in my opinion, they were all sort of motivated, but they were all keeping in line with the original idea of the game without making some changes inspired on, I don't know, Star Wars, Star Trek, or whatever, which you could also find. Which is certainly nice that there were mods where you could do that, but it always felt a little bit out of place that you're suddenly flying around in one of the original Battlestar Galactica ships, and you always thought, what am I doing here? This is a unique IP, and I'm flying around in Battlestar Galactica ships. Yes, I mean, this is less of a problem in multiplayer, of course, but at least for the single-player campaign, I wanted to do a not intrusive mod that basically expanded on the original ideas of the game and only did a few things that I would find to be debatable if they were actually meant to be that way, like the battleship encounters, which were included more for general fun in multiplayer, because it gave you as a multiplayer group something to do, which was still challenging, which the basic game didn't really offer. Because if Freelancer had one problem, then in my opinion it was that it was way too easy, because of enemies didn't regenerate shield and stuff. The campaign did its best to try to hide that by giving the enemies way more powerful weapons than they should be able to use with their ships, especially in the last mission. These sort of nomad prototype weapons were extremely powerful, so you always thought, oh, this is a really difficult game, right? But actually it's really not that much. So the mod really helped me with that, and helped me keeping myself interested in also doing the single player campaign from time to time. So I think it did a really great job, and again, in this place, Flamebird, thanks. I really love the mod. Anyway, if you want to play Freelancer yourself, it's a little bit more difficult because it's not available on any digital distribution platform. Also partly because of licensing problems with the original creator of the game, which is Digital Anvil, which was part of Microsoft Games, but it's not really clear where the IP lies at the moment. Which is also probably part of the reason for why there never was a Freelancer 2, and why there probably never will be a Freelancer 2 now that Chris Roberts is working on Star Citizen, which takes a lot of the elements of Freelancer, sure, but is its own unique IP and experience, so there's probably never gonna be a Freelancer 2, which is sad, because I really liked Freelancer, and there were some really good points to the game, so it's a little sad that it never got a successor. However, on the other side, of course, the successor could have made it worse, like Gothic 4, I'm looking at you, for instance, or Gothic 3, for instance, would already be enough. So yeah, that's it about Freelancer. Right now, I think I'm gonna do more episodes in the future in this game. Basically, there's a few things to show, like getting one of the more powerful ships and fighting the most powerful enemies, which you don't do in the single-player campaign, and show you a few Easter eggs and stuff like that. So there'll be some more episodes, even though technically the game is over, if you want to call it that. I really wouldn't want to call it that, but because this is sort of an open world game way before the term open world game was sort of a word that was thrown in everywhere for good measure. So yeah, I'll actually gonna do a few more episodes just flying around, getting better stuff, and doing interesting things. Oh, John Rice Davies was in there. I didn't notice that. Huh. Full of surprises. Anyway, special thanks, Chris Roberts. As I said, there's a long history with this game and Chris Roberts and stuff, but I think judging this game on the final state of the game, not taking into effect the marketing mumbo jumbo surrounding it before that. It's a really great game that's still very playable and very enjoyable to this day. And if you don't like the basic game as it is, there are mods to help you out with that. Yeah, before there were streamlined programs to help you mod your game and to help you manage your mods for games that others created. Freelancer already had a sort of very active modding community with a specific modding manager that you can use to install mods that check dependencies and help you figure out what you could install and what not, and you basically didn't have to do much when installing the mods. So to my knowledge, is one of the very earliest showcases on how great modding can be for a game, and that you don't have to protect your game and your own artistic vision of the game as a developer so much that you can actually give your community a little bit of influence to do stuff as they see fit. If people don't like it, if people find stuff too intrusive, then they probably just won't do that and don't want to play that. So, but then it's not your game is to blame for that if some weirdo makes some weird mods. I think part of the negative publicity around modding is probably always because of nude mods for whatever game. Yeah, that's always something that everybody's sort of embarrassed, but for some reason almost everybody seems to have them or at least has heard of them. So, but modding isn't really inherently bad. It's how you use it, and you can. And I think it's great that you, as the consumer, can make your own decision on what you want to play. If you want to play the basic game with just a few minor adjustments, then you can do that. If you want something completely different, completely crazy, and even bigger, then you can do that. Sure, go on right ahead. Alright, so that was my long-winded talking over the credits. I think I talked over most things that I wanted to talk about right now, but this is not the end, as I already mentioned. So if I find any more things to talk about, then I will talk about them in one of the next episodes, where we'll continue exploring the Freelancer universe. Because if I go back into the game, let me go back into the game. Yes. If I go back into the game and take a look at the universe map, for instance, and right now, let me estimate, we have maybe visited like 20-ish, maybe 25 systems. I don't think many more than that. But the game actually has a lot more systems to offer. There's like 50-something systems in the entire basic game. This mod doesn't really add systems, though it makes the Alaska system accessible, I think. But how the other systems look and what's going on there, we'll figure out in the next episode. So thank you for watching right now, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.